Hello, I'm Dave and this is Logan, out once again for a walk in the countryside. Thanks for joining us. Now, today we're at a place called Stonebarrow Hill in Dorset. It's about 7 miles by car from Bridport in the east and 5 miles by car from Lyme Regis in the west, just south of the A35 on the Jurassic Coast. And we're going to be doing a roughly 5-mile circular walk, exploring a landscape of rolling hills and sunken lanes, as well as some of the most dramatic coastline in Dorset. And we'll be climbing the iconic Golden Cap and visiting the enchanting remains of St Gabriel's Chapel. Now, I'm filming at the beginning of June. It's another glorious sunny morning. A little bit of cloud, but fair bit of blue sky. The temperature's perfect, should be great for a walk. Do come along with us. Well, I've parked my car at a National Trust car park at Stonebarrow Hill, and initially we're going to kick off on the walk by heading in a sort of northeasterly direction along the top of a ridge. Well, the track that I've been following is at the end of Stonebarrow Lane, and it's amazing to think that as recently as 1876 it was the main road along the south coast, but in 1823 a new road was built to the north that became the A35. Eventually that became the main road. Well, right by one of the National Trust car parks is this, what's an old radar station. It was the Stonebarrow Bunkhouse, built in 1961 as part of the Ministry of Defence radar station network. But these days it's, I think it's open 5 days a week as a little cafe. Well, there is our first glimpse of Golden Cap, I believe it's the highest point on the south coast. A bit hazy at the moment because we are filming quite early in the morning. I'll tell you, it's gorgeous now, it really is. So we've been walking along this track. We've got, I think it's Chardown Hill on the right, but to my left there's some quite stunning views looking to the north. Beautiful rolling Dorset landscape, it really is quite stunning. Sorry folks, another little pit stop just to admire the view looking to the north. All the fields looking so green and lush as we sort of, well, we're out the spring now, we're into early summer. Oh, what a beautiful sight. I know sometimes these pictures don't always come across so well on a GoPro, but take it from me, it's something special, I can tell you. Well, now this is an important part of the walk if you're going to be doing this after watching the video. This is about as far northeast as we're going, and you can probably just about hear the A35 in the background. But here we're now going to head southwards. You need to look out for this little signpost behind me, and as you can see it shows, well, we've come from Stonebarrow Hill. We're now going to head towards St Wites Well, which is a mile away. Well, that was a little confusing. The signpost said the well was a mile away, and yet here it is behind me. It can only be, what, 400 yards away. So let's have a look at it. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce this correctly. It's either St Wites Well or St Wites Well. If I've got that wrong, I apologise. But it's a holy well, although I did read that locals say it's only runoff from the hill rather than an actual spring. So it might not even be good drinking water, not sure. But it's named after a mysterious Saxon figure, possibly a hermit known as Saint Candida. Her bones are enshrined in the church which is nearby, which is a centuries-old place of pilgrimage. And indeed, St Wites, or Candida, is the patron saint of Dorset, and her feast day is the 1st of June. Oh, I think that's my first sight of foxgloves this summer. Going through this lovely shady wood with sort of wild flowers either side of the track. Wow, we're really getting close to a Golden Cap now. It's, as I said earlier, it's the highest point on the south coast of England, something like 627 feet, I think. And it's within a National Trust estate, and the base of the cliff on the other side is covered with large boulders. It's very popular with fossil hunters. Well, there's a sign that summer is certainly on its way. Already a cut made of hay to make haylage. So this is sort of looking over to the east, and the woods at the top of that hill, St Gabriel's woods. And in fact, round these parts there was once a Saxon settlement called Stanton St Gabriel. It was certainly mentioned in the Domesday Book. And in 1841 the village was still here with a population of about 106 and something like 20 houses. But between 1841 and 1901 the population halved with the new coast road to the north, as I mentioned before, and folk moving to Bridport where there was more work. There were new mills and the rope making industry there. Well, in front of me here is a little information board. I was telling you all about Stanton St Gabriel before, and this tells us a little bit more about it. It's quite well worn, difficult to read, but yeah. And so this building that's in front of me here is called St Gabriel's House. It's an 18th century manor house. It's actually now divided into 4 National Trust holiday cottages. And also on this board tells me that around here there's a little sheep wash area to the right. Let's go and see if we can find that. Well, here's the little stream. Now, whether or not this was the sheep wash area or not, I'm not sure. I wouldn't say that's been restored. Let's see if there's anything on the other side. There's a lovely smell of wild garlic around here. Oh, hello. Yeah, there are some steps there, so careful not to fall in. Yeah, perhaps this was the area. Wow, shortly about to start our ascent of Golden Cap, but some beautiful views. That must be, well, it could be Lyme Regis over in the far distance. But before we start climbing, we've got one more thing to look at. This delightful little, well, the remains of St Gabriel's chapel. And the earliest reference to a church is about 1240. Originally it was a parish church, and then it became a chapel of ease to the church at Whippet. Eventually, obviously, you can see, became a ruin and a place for smugglers to hide contraband. A new church of St Gabriel's was built in 1840, 1841 on the south side of Morecombelake, to the north of here. Well, Logan has a bit of a snack break. I can tell you a little bit about a legend to the chapel here. Many years ago there was a young married couple, and they were out in the bay, got caught in a storm on their ship, and they tried to escape on a boat. And the husband prayed to the angel Gabriel for their safe deliverance, and he promised that if they were saved that he would build a chapel. Well, whilst the husband survived, sadly the wife died, but true to his word, he did go ahead and still build the chapel anyway. Okay folks, we're about to start our ascent of Golden Cap, the highest point on the south coast. Wish us luck. Wow, so those beaches down there look quite golden in the sunshine. So yes, that is indeed Lyme Regis in the distance, and of course we did a walk there last week. Well folks, we made it to the top. Was it worth it? You bet. Well folks, we've come across some pretty spectacular views on our various walks along parts of the Jurassic Coast, but I think this is my favourite. The reason why it's called a Golden Cap, by the way, is because of the golden colour of the green sand rock at the top of the cliffs, and especially when the sun moves round to the west, it really does have a real golden colour to it. You found a friend.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
He's still
Definitely
very young.
Playtime.
9 months, so...
9 months?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, it's only a baby then.
Yeah, exactly. So he's still quite a bit jumpy.
Yeah. Lovely. Well, we're going to say goodbye to the Golden Cap. We've been to the trig point, and as is tradition, we've managed to bag that. The good news is that the next bit is downhill, and we're going to join up with an old friend of ours, the Southwest Coast Path. So just to show you where we're going, obviously we're going to go down the way we came up. There are some steps to about halfway, which helps, and then you can see there's the Southwest Coast Path, and we follow it all the way, and I think, well, yeah, the car park is some way over in the distance on that ridge over there. Well, I'm certainly going to take my time walking along this stretch. Some of these views, you know, you could easily be on the Mediterranean, couldn't you, when you look at that deep blue colour of the sea and the golden colour of the beach. Oh, sometimes it's hard to put some of these pictures into words, and just have to let the actual view tell its own story. cute little bridge that's taking us over a tiny little stream, and its source isn't too far away from here in the north as it flows out into the sea. We're continuing along the old south coast or southwest coast path. Of course, as I've probably mentioned in the past, the entire route, something like 630 miles from Poole all the way around to Minehead. Right, I promise you this is the last pit stop for a view. One final look back at Golden Cap, and yeah, I can just about make out the Isle of Portland. It's beginning to look quite clear now. You can probably hear the waves gently lashing against the beach below. And then this is finally looking over to the west and Lyme Regis. We've just passed West Hay Farm, and this gentleman here looks how I feel. But it's been a terrific walk, and we've just got the last little bit uphill back to the car park. Well folks, we've come to the end of our walk. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do give us a thumbs up and a like, and do leave a comment, and do check out our Facebook page, Dave's Countryside Walks. We thought we'd do the end scene here at St Gabriel's Chapel. We've had a super walk today. I mean, the weather has been fantastic and the scenery, well, stunning. So until we meet again, thanks for watching, and cheerio. Yeah, good boy. Sweetie.